As your last arm pull tucks into the side, notice how the head tuck leads the core compression. At this point, the spring is being pressed, which allows the front chain to tuck in the body. The hips start to reach their limit just when the eyes start seeing the legs, or when the hamstrings have no more room to stretch, as evidenced by the knees tucking in. This compression ends when the front chain runs out of room to tuck in further. The spring is then released and extended to prop the hips into a strong squat stance. The head leads this action by pushing against an imaginary wall. So if the head is kept straight despite actively pushing it back, it means that the waistband, along with the deep core muscles, has properly propped up a wall to straighten the torso. Getting into the first half of the flip turn is usually not the problem. The challenge is usually in the second half, which requires a squat-like position. At this point, holding the downward portion of the bodyweight squat should be introduced or relearned using the same cues. Again, we start with core extension with the waistband. Leaning the head against an imaginary wall would give the best feedback for this. Reaching forward with the arms can be done for extra feedback. The angle of the shoulders is going to give away clues if there is compensation going on. There are also cases where the shoulders are packed. Despite the seemingly forward arms, there is likely compensation going on here. When the arms are reaching forward correctly, the shoulder blades are also well spread out. Lastly, we have the hip hinge, which can be imagined as sitting on an invisible box. This should help swimmers who can't get out of the tuck position, or for those who tend to kick out too early. The move from the tuck and into the squat is not yet a leg push. It is simply a core switch. Core compression can tuck the knees in extensively, but it also puts the hip in a bad position to push off from. So, core extension adjusts the hips into the hinge for better stability. The hip hinge seen here is similar to what would naturally be done on the bottom portion of the squat. The arms have the simple job of moving up into the streamline position. The action of pushing the palms overhead is your throttle to control the speed of your turn. To push off strongly, use the strength of your glutes and legs. Remember to counterbalance using core compression to ensure a straight body line off the wall. So the pattern goes like this. Core compression during the tuck as led by the head. Core extension during the second half to support the hip hinge for the squat stance. Then back to core compression to counterbalance the glutes. You can blow some air bubbles as you turn to keep the water from entering your nose.